Alright, this is the last stack. So today I have a very special video for you all. I'm going to show you my huge Nintendo Switch collection. I'm going to show you every single game in the collection. Now, to keep this video from being 100 to 200 minutes long, most of the games I'm just going to flash in front of the camera and read you the title of the game. There may be a few games here and there that I may say a few words about, maybe a sentence about, or I might spend 30 seconds to a minute talking about. It just really depends on the game, because like I said, with 215 Nintendo Switch games, this video could be a very long video, and I want to try to keep it as short as I possibly can. So be sure and hit that subscribe button so that you can join the RetroWolf88 family and kick back and relax and let me show you my massive Nintendo Switch collection. One-two Switch, I played it maybe 1 or 2 times and then never again. 88 Heroes, 98 Heroes Edition. Really cool game. Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion. If you like Adventure Time, you may like this game. All-Star Fruit Racing. Origami Shadow Edition. Looks really cool, haven't had a chance to play it yet. ARMS. Fun, give it a chance. Atari Flashbacks Collection. Axiom Verge, really awesome Metroidvania. Azure Striker Gunvolt, Striker Pack. Batman the Telltale series, amazing story, really good game. Battle Chasers Night War, really solid RPG. Bayonetta 2, beat the first one, haven't beat the second one yet. First game was amazing. Bendy and the Ink Machine, really bizarre first-person horror game that takes influence from BioShock and Disney. Blade Strangers. Brawlout, Super Smash Bros. Clone. Captain Toad Treasure Trackers, really good first-party puzzle game from Nintendo. Cat Quest, really fun action RPG full of cat puns. Cave Story, one of the best indie games ever made in my opinion. Fantastic game. Child of Light Ultimate Edition plus Valiant Hearts The Great War. Never played either of them, heard they were really good. Code of Princess EX, a fun little beat 'em up. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, all 3 Crash Bandicoot games fully remastered with new graphics. Darkest Dungeon Ancestral Edition, really hardcore RPG. Darksiders War Mastered Edition, fantastic re-release of the very first Darksiders game, which is very heavily influenced by Zelda but more mature. Dark Souls Remastered, very hard. Dead Cells, one of my favorite indie games of all time. This game is a masterpiece. The Blob, re-release of a Wii game, never played it. The Blob 2, the sequel to The Blob, never played it either. Disgaea 5 Complete, a really over-the-top and fun, but also very deep and complex tactical RPG. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the best 2D platformers of all time. Very, very difficult game. Doom, one of the best first-person shooters in my opinion. Super intense, super fun, you will have sweaty palms. Dragon Ball FighterZ. Don't have a lot of experience with this game, but it looks fun. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Pretty fun 3D action fighter set in the Dragon Ball universe. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, a re-release from a Capcom action-adventure RPG game. Dragon Quest Builders, really fun, sort of a Minecraft-like game, except with more emphasis on exploration and adventure. Really like this game. Fallen Legion Rise to Glory, an action RPG. Don't really have a lot of experience with this one. Fire Emblem's Warriors, have not played this one yet. It's a Warriors game with Fire Emblem theme slapped on it. Flashback, re-release of an old classic action-adventure game. Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Ultimate Edition. Don't know anything about this game, but it looks pretty cool. Go Vacation. Sort of an adventure game on an island where you can play like 50 different mini games. Some of them are actually pretty fun. Harvest Moon Light of Hope Special Edition. Heard this game was terrible. Has Been Heroes, one of the first Switch games I ever got. A brutally difficult game in a frustrating way. Needs better balancing. But other than that, it's pretty fun. Hello Kitty Cruisers with Sanrio Friends. I haven't even opened this one. It's still sealed. Re-release of a Wii U game, I believe. Hello Neighbor. Looks like an interesting game. Haven't checked it out yet. Sort of a horror puzzle game. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Very fun game. It's a Warriors game set in the Zelda universe. However, it does get sort of repetitive after a while in my opinion, but it is worth checking out, and you can can get some fun out of it. I Am Setsuna, JRPG from Square Enix. It'll Do Too. This is a game inspired by the Zelda series, more of the classic games like Link to the Past. Really fun game. Katamari Damacy Reroll. This is a re-release of the original Katamari Damacy. Kirby Star Allies, the first original Kirby game for the Nintendo Switch. I have not played this one yet. LA Noire. This is a very unique game. I was actually pretty surprised by it from Rockstar, and it's worth checking out. I enjoyed it. It has a lot of unique ideas that I've never seen in a video game and I haven't seen since. Legend of K Anniversary, a remastered version of Legend of K re-released on the Nintendo Switch. Lego City Undercover, my favorite Lego game of all time. It's basically Lego Grand Theft Auto, and the game is a lot of fun and very funny. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, have not played this one yet. Lego The Incredibles, also have not played this one. Lego Worlds, this is basically Lego Minecraft. It was very buggy, had huge potential, and could have been great, but unfortunately it just kind of fizzled out. Little Nightmares Complete Edition, really creepy horror puzzle platforming game. Lost Sphere, another JRPG from Square Enix. Lumo, pretty cool little isometric puzzle adventure game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, my favorite kart racer of all time and my favorite Mario Kart game of all time. Probably one of my favorite racing games of all time. It is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion, and I think this is a game every Switch owner should own. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This game does not get enough love. This is a fantastic game from Ubisoft where they combine the Rabbids universe with Mario, and I know it sounds stupid at first glance, but it's a tactical strategy RPG and it is an absolute blast. Do not let the cover and title of this game fool you. It is worth checking out and playing. Mario Tennis Aces, surprisingly fun and addicting tennis game. I really enjoyed it. Playing online is actually a lot of fun too, even though I get destroyed almost every single time. Max, The Curse of the Brotherhood. Don't know a lot about this game, but it looks pretty cool. Mega Man 11. I still have not played this game, and that's pretty shocking to me because I do like the Mega Man series, so I need to check this one out. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1+2. Every Switch owner that's a Mega Man fan should probably own this collection. Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1+2. Again, every Switch owner that's a Mega Man fan should probably own this collection. Minecraft. I mean, how could I not own Minecraft? Minecraft Story Mode Season 1 and 2 from Telltale Games. I've not checked out either of these yet, but I may check them out at some point. Monopoly for the Nintendo Switch. It's Monopoly. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. This is another one of my favorite indie games of all time. This game is amazing, and I highly recommend that you all check it out. It's a sort of a Metroidvania action-adventure platforming game with a fantastic story, fantastic graphics, fantastic music, fantastic gameplay. I could go on and on. Check it out. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I've never played a Monster Hunter game, but I suppose if I was going to start, this would probably be the one that I would start with. Moonlighter, another really good indie game where you man a shop. I actually have a video about this game that I'll leave in the description below so that you can check that out. NBA 2K18, still sealed because I don't really care for sports games that much. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. This is a port of the Wii U New Super Mario Bros. Game, which in my opinion is a really fun 2D platformer. It doesn't really reinvent the wheel in the Mario series, but it's still a fun game. Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 3, which is the vehicle kit. I actually had a lot of fun putting the Labo kit together, and the vehicle kit was, you know, somewhat fun to play around with. Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 4, the VR kit. Nintendo's take on VR is pretty interesting. It's pretty basic. It's nothing special, but I got a few seconds of fun out of it at least. Octopath Traveler, another RPG from Square Enix with absolutely gorgeous graphics, and this is definitely one that's on my backlog to play, but I know it's a very long game, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to really get into it. Okami. For some reason, stupid Capcom didn't release this game physically in the United States or in Europe. The only way you could get a physical copy of it was by importing it from Japan, so that's exactly what I did, and it does have the English language option. One Piece Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition. Don't really know a lot about this game or the anime, but you know, it looks pretty fun. Overcooked 1 and 2. These are some of the funnest co-op experiences that I've ever had, and you will be screaming and yelling with the people that you're playing with. It's an absolute blast. Pretty difficult game depending on who you're playing with, but it's a lot of fun. Owlboy, a fantastic action-adventure indie game. Highly recommend everybody play this one. It has a really good story, really good graphics, music, really good game. Cannot recommend it enough. Party Arcade, I know nothing about this game. I think I got it for like 10 bucks on eBay. Party Planet, it's you know, got a bunch of mini games that you can play with 1 to 4 people. Some of them are single player. You know, some of them are pretty fun. It's alright. Payday 2, don't really have a lot of experience with this game. If it had native voice chat support, I'd probably actually play it, but it doesn't. Penny Punching Princess, weird looking beat 'em up game. I don't really know much about it. Poi Explorer Edition. I've actually heard this game is a really good 3D platformer, and I like 3D platformers, so I'm gonna have to check this one out pretty soon. I've heard people say that it's really good and takes a lot of influence from games like Super Mario 64. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu is sealed, and I actually am playing Let's Go Eevee right now. You know, it's easy, but it's fun. I grew up playing Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow, and I have a lot of nostalgia for those games, so playing these is actually pretty enjoyable for me. Pokken Tournament DX. This is a Pokemon two-player fighting game, and don't really have a lot of experience with this game, but it looks pretty fun. Portal Knights. This is a Minecraft-like game, but I actually like it quite a bit. I enjoyed it more than Minecraft. It has a lot more adventure, exploration, a little more emphasis on combat. And you can do some pretty cool stuff with building too, so I recommend this for any Minecraft fans out there. Psycho Collection Volume 1 and 2, imported from Play Asia with English support. This is a collection of several shoot 'em ups. I haven't checked any of these out yet, but they're definitely on my radar. Puyo Puyo Tetris. This is Puyo Puyo plus Tetris. Rodgers Radical Edition. This is a fun little 2D action platformer with some shooting in it, and it has some mature comedy in it. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. Rayman Legends is one of my favorite 2D platformers of all time, along with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Cannot recommend this game enough, especially playing co-op with at least one other person. 3 to 4 people, a little too chaotic. Remy Lore, Lost Girl in the Lands of Lore. Don't really know much about this. It's sort of a beat 'em up game similar to Diablo in a way. Resident Evil Revelations Collection, containing Revelations 1 and 2. These are both fantastic Resident Evil games, especially if you're a fan of the old school style of Resident Evil with some of the newer combat elements in it. Highly recommended. Rhyme. Don't really know much about this 3D action adventure puzzle game, but it does look pretty fun. Rocket League Collector's Edition. Very, very insanely popular game. Played it a little bit, sucked at it. I may give it another chance later. Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures. I mean, it's Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you grew up in the era that I did, you probably are familiar with this game series. Runbow Deluxe Edition. Don't really know a lot about this one. It can be played with up to 8 people though, so that's pretty cool. May have to pop that in and check it out next time I have a group over. Runner 3. This is a very fun auto runner with some really good music, but it's also very difficult. Saints Row the Third, the full package. Another GTA-like game, except this is a parody on GTA, and the game is absolutely insane. Salt and Sanctuary. This is basically 2D Dark Souls, and it's fantastic. Scribblenauts Showdown. This is basically Mario Party, but Scribblenauts, and not as fun. The Sega Genesis Classics Collection. I love compilations like this, and this is a compilation of over 50 retro Sega games, and I think any Sega fan that owns a Nintendo Switch needs to own this. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. I have not played this one yet. Actually, my game is still sealed too. I think it's because I got a free digital copy of it as well. So I'll need to check this game out at some point. Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. I played a Shantae game recently. I don't think this is the one that I've played, but the one that I did play was an absolute blast, so that makes me want to play this one pretty soon. Shining Resonance Refrain. This is an action RPG. Don't really know a lot about it, but it does look pretty fun. Sign Mora EX. This is an incredibly difficult and brutal shoot 'em up, but also very fun. Slain Back from Hell. This is a very brutal and difficult 2D action adventure game with heavy metal music, and it's awesome, but it's really hard. Snipper Clips Plus Cut It Out Together. This is the ultimate version of Snipper Clips, and this is a very fun cooperative game, very unique and original, and I highly recommend it. SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. Again, another compilation, this time a compilation of SNK games. Not sure how many games are on here, but it has a lot of classics, and surprisingly I haven't tried this out yet, so I need to do that. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. This is an SNK fighting game starring a lot of the females from SNK franchises. Soldam Drop Connect Erase. It's a puzzle game. Other than that, I don't really know much about it. Never played it. Sonic Forces Bonus Edition. You know, Sonic Forces gets a lot of hate, but I actually had fun with the game. It was short. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Greatest Sonic game ever? No. but I had fun. Sonic Mania Plus. I don't know why I have not played this game yet, because I hear it's one of the best 2D Sonic games ever made. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. That's right, Butthole. This is a South Park RPG, a sequel to The Stick of Truth. Hilarious game, very fun. If you're a South Park fan, you gotta check this game out. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, a re-release of Sphinx back in the GameCube, PS2, Xbox era, and it is a very good action-adventure Zelda-like game that I highly recommend. Splatoon 2, a third-person shooter with some very unique gameplay mechanics from Nintendo. It's a lot of fun. It has a really fun single-player campaign, as well as a DLC single-player campaign. So if you don't care anything about playing multiplayer, you can at least get your value out of the single-player stuff. Another odd one, Stardew Valley, for some reason, does not have a physical release in America or Europe, but however, in Asia, they do have a physical release. So I had this imported from Asia because I love Stardew Valley. It's another one of my favorite indie games of all time. Starlink Battle for Atlas. This is another joint effort from Nintendo and Ubisoft, at least the Switch version, because it stars Star Fox. And I've heard this game is really fun if you take the Toys to Life element out of it and just completely ignore that. This is supposed to be a really, really good adventure game, and I need to check it out. Steam World Dig 2, a fantastic Metroidvania from Image and Form Games, a sequel to the original Steam World Dig, and I highly recommend it. Super Bomberman R, another one of the first Switch games I ever owned, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really good Bomberman game. Super Mario Odyssey. What can I say about Super Mario Odyssey other than, in my opinion, it is the best 3D Mario game ever made. Yes, it even beats Super Mario 64 for me, just by a little bit. And it's one of my favorite 3D platformers of all time. I love this game. Super Mario Party, really fun Mario Party game. The only thing that they messed up on is that there are only 4 boards. They should have included more than 4 boards, but other than that, this game is a blast. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Again, in my opinion, this is the best Smash Brothers game ever made. Previously for me, it was Super Smash Bros. Melee, but once this game came out, my mind changed very quickly, and it is a blast. Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido, another odd first-party Nintendo game, a new franchise. I don't think it got a lot of love. It did get pretty decent reviews. I haven't played it yet, but I probably will check it out at some point. Siberia 1 and 2. These are re-releases of 2 classic adventure games. I think there's even a third one. And I've never played them, but I've heard they're really good adventure games with really good story. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. It's another game in the Tales series. It's a very fast-paced action RPG. A lot of fun, really good story, really cool characters. The Banner Saga Trilogy. This is a game from some BioWare developers, I believe, that worked on the Mass Effect trilogy. And I've heard that this is a really good tactical RPG with a really good story and choices that have ramifications all throughout the game. Haven't played it yet, but it's on my radar. The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. This is an incredibly fun and addicting roguelike game that takes inspiration from classic Zelda dungeons. I've probably put over 50 hours in this game. Highly recommend it. Hard, but fun. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Don't know much about this game, never played it. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch, and it runs and looks great. If you never played Skyrim, you're really missing out. You need to play Skyrim. It's one of the best action-adventure RPG games of all time, in my opinion. The Coma Recut. Don't really know much about this game, but it looks interesting. The End is Nigh, a very difficult 2D platformer that requires precision, and it's actually pretty fun, but hard. The Escapist 2. I don't know much about it other than you're trying to escape from prison, and it looks pretty fun. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not only is this one of my favorite video games of all time, it's also, in my opinion, one of the greatest Zelda games ever made. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, and that's okay. But for me, this is the best Zelda game ever made, and I have so much love for this game. The Lego Ninjago movie video game. I actually played and beat this one, and it was, it's a Lego game. It was pretty fun. The World Ends With You Final Remix, a re-release of the original game, which I think came out on the DS or the 3DS, I can't remember, but it looks pretty fun. The Longest 5 Minutes, a very bizarre JRPG. The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. I've never played this game. It has a gorgeous art style, and I might check it out at some point. This is The Police. I don't really know much about this game other than it's a police sim of some kind. Tiny Barbarian DX. This is actually a really fun 2D platformer, 2D action platformer influenced by retro games. Very hard, but if you're a fan of retro games, I think you'll like this one. Titan Quest 2, don't really know a lot about this one. Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challenges. I've actually never been that big of a fan of the Street Fighter franchise, mostly because I'm not very good at the games. Toki, this is a new Toki game. Never thought that would happen. Looks pretty fun. Touhou Kobuto V Burst Battle. I don't really know anything about this game, but it looks really bizarre. It's still sealed. I don't know that I'll ever play this one. I think I got it on eBay or something for like $5. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, a new entry in the Travis Touchdown franchise. And it's a pretty fun little game. Troll and I've got some videos planned about this game because this game is hilarious because of how buggy and glitchy and broken it is. Unbox Newbie's Adventure. This is a pretty unique little 3D platformer with some mini games and stuff in it. It's actually pretty fun. If you're looking for something different in the 3D platformer genre, I recommend checking this one out. Undertale. A lot of people consider Undertale to be a masterpiece of an indie game, and I haven't really played it yet, so it's definitely on my radar. Valkyria Chronicles 4. I've heard that this is a really good sort of tactical RPG, turn-based, combined with real-time shooting, and it looks like a lot of fun, and I will probably check this one out in the near future. Vegas Party, still sealed. I think this is another cheap eBay grab I found, and it just looks like, you know, a bunch of casino games. Victor Vran Overkill Edition. This is a Diablo-like game with a heavy metal soundtrack from Motorhead, and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm probably going to check this one out pretty soon. Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. It is a post-apocalyptic strategy RPG / survival game. Never played it. It looks fun. It's definitely on my radar and on my backlog. Wild Guns Reloaded, a re-release of Wild Guns, and this is a classic game. If you've never played Wild Guns, I highly recommend checking it out. Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, another third-party AAA first-person shooter from Bethesda on the Switch, and it runs great and it looks great, even with the lower frame rate and lower resolution. Very fun game, highly recommend it. Wonder Boy The Dragon's Trap, a remake of Wonder Boy The Dragon's Trap, and you could swap between the new graphics and the old graphics. It's pretty cool. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. I played some Xenoblade Chronicles 2, probably about 15 hours of it. I really need to get back to it because I want to play this one too. The game was fun. But it is pretty complex. Yoku's Island Express. From what I understand, this is like somebody took pinball, platforming, and Metroidvania and smashed it into one. And that sounds very interesting to me, so I need to check this one out. Yonder, The Cloud Chronicles. You know, I tried to get into this game and I couldn't get into it. It was too slow paced and kind of boring to me, but it's more of a relaxing game, to be honest with you, if you just want to kick back and play something where you're not going to be stressed out and not going to have any difficulties. But it's not a bad game. I just had a hard time getting into it. Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm currently playing Yoshi's Crafted World, and it is a blast. I am enjoying it quite a bit. Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Donna. Very, very fun action RPG with a really good story and a lot of really cool characters. Highly recommend this game. And now we're going to get into the limited release games that I have in my collection from various companies such as Super Rare Games, East Asia Soft, Limited Run Games, and various other companies. Human Fall Flat, The Flame in the Flood, Shelter Generations, Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime, Mutant Muds Collection, Worms Weapons of Mass Destruction, Snake Pass, N++ Ultimate Edition, Steriden Binary Stars, The Adventure Pals, Knights of Pen and Paper 1 and 2, Cube 2, Faerun Collection, Joe Denver's Lone Wolf. And those were all from Super Rare Games. Next up is what I have so far from East Asia Soft, Dimension Drive, RXN Raijin, Shikondo Soul Eater, and Reverie Sweet As Edition. And now I'm going to quickly run through the limited run games releases that I have so far. Thimbleweed Park, Mercenary Kings Reloaded, Pixel Junk Monsters 2, Saturday Morning RPG, Slime Sand Super Slime Edition, Kingdom New Lands, Night Trap, Thumper, Oxenfree, West of Loathing, Dust and Elysian Tale, Yooka-Laylee, Fury, Golf Story, Broken Age, The Outlast Bundle of Terror containing Outlast 1 and 2, Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe Edition, Cosmic Star Heroine, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Windjammers, Denmaku Unlimited 3, Iconoclasts, Another World, Luminous Remastered, Super Meat Boy, The Escapist Complete Edition, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Oceanhorn Monsters of Uncharted Seas, and Layers of Fear Legacy. And last but not least, we have a few miscellaneous limited edition games. We have the first release from Strictly Limited Games for the Switch, Fox and Forests. We have a miscellaneous limited collector's edition from V-Blank Entertainment, and that's for Retro City Rampage DX Collector's Edition. And we have the first limited Switch release from Red Art Games, Old Man's Journey. Whew. So there you have it, folks. That is my massive 200 plus game Switch collection. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about my collection, and let me know in the comments down below how many games you have in your Switch collection. And also let me know some of your favorite Nintendo Switch games. I want to know that as well. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure and hit that like button, and again, subscribe so that you can join the RetroWolf88 family. And I'm going to leave links in the description down below for various other videos that I've done about Switch games that are related to this collection for you to check out in case you want to watch those. And until next time, keep playing games and having a good time, and I will see you in the next video. I'm still addicted to Days Gone, and I'm going to go play that some more. So many freaking games.